Hello. I'll repeat the awkward hello. Hello. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. And at BU we know all of each other's dirt, but one of the things that I really need is to be more visible in the world. And I just needed to, like, I'm not a seagull, but flap my wings and get up off the ground. And this is what I hope will help me. What I'd love to do, I think you saw that we started recording. I'd love to record this only so we could share it with our BU people. Because what I want to share with you, I developed for myself when I worked for the Air Force, and my brain was in a million different directions. It helped me address my own distractions, whether it was being angry at myself for something I did in a meeting or thinking about why I stole something in fourth grade. So, like, I mean, I don't know if that happens to you, but like, why does that even come to mind? Why? And then, yeah, I hated it because you lose time and you lose momentum. So this worked so consistently for me when I worked for the Air Force that I did human experimentation on my friends and coworkers. And they enjoyed it, but I had someone say, okay, Kiralei, you use clever language and it helped me. But now I'm curious whether you're using clever language when I'm not paying attention. And because I didn't like that, I'm so big on consent. I changed the process to the point that now I don't need to know what people are working on. They don't need to share private information. And because nothing private is being shared, there's no way for me to lead them anywhere. So you get a sense of what I'm describing now as unknotting something inside you without the concern that someone else is in control. And that's what I love to share with you guys, because this is that same person also said that I needed to be careful. So I don't know, that trips me up quite a bit, because when you're in the kind of environment that I used to work in, when people say stuff like that and they don't elaborate, it usually means something more interesting. So with that being said, like, is anyone just kind of really interested in experiencing this with what I've said as like a demonstrator, or is it terrifying? Hi, Tyrell.
I'll do it.
Yeah, right on. Do you want to be off video, or
I can be on video, but I just had my daughter call through, so can you wait like 30 seconds?
I can wait 30 seconds. In
Okay,
fact, I can say something like, I've also presented this on a very small stage. There were less than 20 people there. And we did exactly what I want to do right now is, in 10 minutes or less, demonstrate this with one person, a very short Q&A, and then I'll take the entire group together all at once. And so that's my plan. And that's all of my plan. That's it. That's everything. Yeah, why is everybody looking so young now? How did this happen? Is this the Zoom room? Is this like filters? Are we reverse aging? Except Tyrell, he looks more distinguished.
Thank you very much.
Who's going to BU reunion? Is everybody going? Yay! Oh, Tom. Love to see Tom. That's all right. We'll see you at part 3 anyway. So we can hug your face.
There's a rumor of people going down to Roosevelt. Is that a thing? Is that happening? Is that happening?
That needs to happen if it's not.
Oh.
I mean, we're in Roosevelt, so yes, that rumor's true.
If you're coming to us, come to us.
I'm going to Roosevelt.
I would love to go to Roosevelt.
I have a plane flight for- I can't.
What was that, Lindsay? We lost you.
I said I'm going to Roosevelt. July
When are
10th,
you going down?
July 10th and 11th. We're gonna do breath work on the 10th.
That's awesome.
I'm interested in that actually.
Even if you're not, I hope to see you and give you a hug.
I would like to join you for the breath work.
Awesome.
That's great.
Yeah,
Okay.
just let me know when and where. There's a sweat this Sunday at Theo's house. If anybody's interested.
Okay, let's roll with Leanne. So Leanne, oh, she's in the waiting room? Hello? You're here twice. Hi. Can you hear me, Leanne?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's whenever I leave my house, I lose connection. So I have to go
Okay.
pick up my daughter who just took her driver's license test.
Okay.
So she just called me.
You're on the road. Okay. How far are you from this place? Because I mean, you just need to be semi-present. So if this is like, if it's close, Roosevelt's a small town, probably fine that you're driving.
From where I'm going? I was thinking the reunion, it's like 3.5 hours, I think, where you're thinking.
No, I mean
So-
right now. So you're gonna pick up
Right
your
now, it's
daughter?
5 minutes, just 5 minutes.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna lead you through a process. If you're cool with this, this is
I am. Is it okay to do it while I'm driving?
apparently I trust you.
Okay.
So here's the thing. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask you 2 questions. The design of these 2 questions is to bring to mind something that's already ready to change for the better. Does that make sense? So it's low-hanging fruit on purpose, and here's why. It's better for you to focus on the process than trying to work something out in your mind. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay, so here's the 2 questions, and you might be drawn to one of the 2. And you don't have to say what it is. Both at the beginning and at the end, you don't have to say what it is, okay?
Okay.
So question 1, is there something you want, but every time you reach for it, there's the same barrier or obstacle? Or question 2, something from the past. It happened, you've dealt with it mentally, spiritually, emotionally, but somehow the theme recurs. So as I ask question 1 or 2, does something just pop into mind?
Yeah.
Okay. So for simplicity's sake, we're just going to call it the situation.
Okay.
Right now, the job of the situation is to point to somewhere in your body. So as you think about the situation, does your awareness go to your shoulder or does it go to your
Goes to my heart.
toe? Okay. And what is that body sensation? It might be a temperature or a pressure.
It actually feels like a sunken feeling, like it felt like it just like sunk.
Okay. So what you want to do now is decouple. You want to separate the body sensation from the situation. We're going to set the situation aside and come back to it at the very end. Right now, just pay attention to that sunken feeling and imagine a box in front of you. It can be any kind of box. It's really helpful if it's see-through. And the reason is that nothing's being locked away or banished. We're really kind of giving you a petri dish so you can examine it like a scientist. Allow that sensation in your heart that you described to be represented in the box. If it could be visual, it'll show you what it wants to look like. Do you
Okay.
mind sharing what's in the box?
A black heart.
Okay. So I have a question. What's in the box is a representation of energy. If it could change to be more supportive, are you okay with that?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm working for.
Okay. So just observe what's in the box and snap your fingers one time.
Okay.
What's in the box?
I mean, I'm really good at imagining things, so I could still imagine it there.
Well, but what is there?
I mean, it's just it's an emotional response to something someone said to me.
Well, what I'm saying is, at first you saw a black heart, and then you
Right.
snapped your fingers, and what do you see there now?
Well, I see it dissipate. Like I see it not
Okay.
quite as solid.
Sure. And I'm gonna describe something after I ask this. As you see that, what is your reaction? And not an interpretation of what it is, but what is your reaction to the change after you snapped your fingers?
I think maybe it feels a little bit less real. Like
Okay.
it's not as you know what I mean? Like it's like, yeah, maybe less there.
Okay.
And
Is
it's
that a
also,
description of what you see, or is that your reaction
think it's
to
my
seeing it?
I think it's my reaction
Okay.
to seeing it is
Perfect.
realizing that it's not. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
That is
know. That's
sort of made up, right? Like I've been thinking a lot about attaching meaning to things that happen to us, attaching meaning to it,
Mhm.
and realizing that that was just attaching meaning and it's not really
Mhm.
real.
So this process is all about having a conversation with a piece of yourself. Its job, your energy, its job is to show you something. Your job is to have a reaction. And a lot of times we go through things and there's a part of us that's trying to show us something, but we just kind of bump out of it, or we try to make it seem better, or we tell it a story. And in this, we just want to have a conversation with that piece simply by witnessing it, because our brain, our mitochondria, absorb 11 million bits of information per second. We only process 40 per second. And I did the math once, and I don't remember, it takes days for us to process what a part of us just absorbs. So there's a part of you that's so smart. And it's also important to know that it loves you, because we inherently don't trust people who are only smart. But the same way, if there's something that only loves you and isn't smart, we might be like, yeah, I don't know that I trust you. You're cute. So it's important to know that it loves you and is smart, because it knows the best direction for you. And so with that in mind, are you ready to see what your energy would like to show you next?
Yes.
Okay. Knowing your energy is smart and loves you and knows the best direction for you, snap your fingers.
Okay.
What's in the box?
Nothing's in the box. And I actually felt a lighter on my chest.
Okay. I would say that's your reaction. Would you agree?
Yeah. So
Are you
why does that work? Because you can just choose, right? You can just choose.
Well, in this sense, you're not choosing. You're surrendering, in a sense, to the part of you that knows more than you, but also loves you. So the idea here is that you're having a conversation with a piece of yourself that wants to put you in a place that's much better. But I have a question. Is this where you want to stay, or do you think it could be even more supportive?
Well, I think it could be more supportive, and I mean, we're all excited to get rid of our labels, right? And the things that happened to us and how we labeled ourselves. And so, yeah, I want to be more supported.
Okay, so there are two ways that I kind of know that we're done. One would be you say, no, absolutely not. There's nothing better than this that I want. And two would be each time you snap, both what's in the box and your reaction does not change. For me, since doing this since 2022, that seems to indicate to me that your energy is saying, no, trust me, this is it. This is where you stay. So if you're game, we keep going.
So if you're what?
If you're game for it,
Yeah, I am. I mean, I've been
Okay.
working really hard on trying to change my brain, like the neural pathways.
sure. Well, this is low hanging fruit, so I hope this is fine. But recognizing that your energy loves you and is smart, snap your fingers and let's see how good it could be.
So is it just that easy?
In this process, yes. What's in the box?
And how many times do you snap your fingers? What's in the
We can
box?
stop
My
whenever you
first
want.
thought was flowers.
Okay. And what is your reaction to flowers?
They're beautiful and they're happy.
Is that a description of the flowers or is that your reaction?
It was my reaction and a description.
Okay, I don't know, so I asked. Do we stop or continue?
We can continue. Does somebody else want to do it? Like, I don't want to take it.
We're gonna do this with everyone. Don't
Okay.
don't
Okay.
pop out. So
Okay,
we're
I'm
having a
back.
conversation, but this happens in conversations, right? We enjoy it and then we say, oh, but wait, should we pay attention to someone else? So right now we're paying attention to you and we love you for sure. Are you ready to see what's next?
Yes.
Snap. What's in the box?
My family.
And what is your reaction to what you're observing?
Yeah, my kids.
But what is your reaction?
My reaction is gratitude and emotion.
Hmm. Are you ready to see what's next?
Yes.
Snap.
I guess joy for what's ahead of me.
And your reaction?
But I don't see it. I don't totally see what's in the box. It's like my reaction is, I guess, a little bit of I'm wary.
Okay. And that happens. When we're in a conversation, it could go one direction and then something happens. Let's continue the conversation and snap.
Confidence in myself.
Is that what you see or is that your reaction?
I feel
What's in the box?
right now it's all that I've worked for.
Okay.
The things that I love. I guess the things, all the things that I love that I feel like mission in life.
So should we continue? All right. Are you okay with one more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Snap. What's in the box?
Hmm. I guess honestly, it's still uncertainty and yeah, fear. There's fear still.
Okay. I'm happy that you're able to recognize it and voice it because your energy is smart and loves you. And this is the path that is showing you. I don't know where it goes, but I know your energy is smart and loves you. Are you game to see what's next?
Yes.
Snap.
Wow, it's kind of an emotional process, isn't it?
It can be. What's in the box? And you don't have to share, but if you see it, that's enough. What is your reaction?
God has me.
Okay. Do we continue, or is this where you want to be?
Yeah, I think this is where I want to be right now.
Okay. You were never separated from your energy, but to close the visual, the box opens and all that energy returns to you. At the beginning, you had a distinct sensation in your heart area. What do you sense there now?
I still feel my heart, but I feel God's love.
Mhm.
And it's interesting because it's kind of like the whole duality thing, right? Like you can still feel somewhat of the pain, but I still feel like feeling the gratitude for my
Mhm.
kids and feeling love from God is there too.
Okay. So, if fair to say, a change since the beginning.
I feel like I'm already in a better place for what I need to do after this call. So
Okay. So we set the situation aside and you still don't have to talk about it. As you think about the situation, do you sense a change there as well?
I
And it
feel more
doesn't,
at peace.
yeah. So for everyone else, it doesn't change the facts, but sometimes roles change or our reaction to them changes. And that's it, Leanne. We're done. There's nothing more to it.
Kind of reminds me of EMDR a little, only simpler.
I've heard people say that. I I'll never advertise it that way. But the only thing I can say after taking myself through it and then teaching it to others is it's a sidestep from NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. The reason I say it's a sidestep is because in NLP, you really have to trust the person who's leading you through it to say you are here and you need to be there. And in this, I cannot say where you need to be, but I've seen it enough times to say that what knows you best, what your brain has access to, that part that loves you and is smart. We just needed to isolate out the stories that we put together, the scripts, if you've been to part 3. And I believe that this does a lot of unknotting. For people who do a lot of visualization in meditation, it feels like that path that just kind of keeps curling around and you're not sure where it's going, but if you allow yourself to go with it, something unravels inside of you. And I don't know, there are just a lot of analogies, but it can be emotional, but it's very low pressure. Do you mind if do you have any other comments before I open up for questions from everyone else?
No, I think what it says to me is how close peace is. It's just so close for what I was just feeling.
But sometimes we feel a sense of progress and then we get to the fear and we're like, Nope, I did it wrong. I'm going backward. But in this, I asked you to continue in the conversation. So that's one of those things where each time you snap your fingers, there's a part of me that thinks sometimes we live our lives for weeks or months or years in one section of that conversation until we finally witness it and our energy says, okay, now we can go to the next one.
Yeah.
But it's fast. And it is so
Yeah.
close. Yeah.
Well, and I mean, going through BU and just doing all of this, it's interesting to me how long we live in one place. And it's not helpful. It's not working. So the shift
Yeah.
is so great.
Yeah.
That was my last comment.
Yeah. Are you guys all ready to try it all together? And Leanne, you can pick another topic if you want to. You guys
Okay.
ready? Or does anyone have a question? No movement. But you guys ready to try? Thumbs up, maybe? Yeah? Yeah? All right, cool. So here's what we'll do. Instead of each of you snapping, well, you'll all be muted, so maybe it doesn't matter. When I take a group through, I snap just so that we stay together, if that's okay. It's the same thing. It's the same two questions. So if something had come to mind for you, you're welcome to continue to think about that, but I'll ask those two questions. If you get interrupted, it's fine. It doesn't matter. And if at the end, when we stop, if you're at a place where you feel like, I don't think I want to open the box yet, you don't have to. Does that make sense? Okay, and just I'll have you indicate to me that you chose not to open your box, and I would love to just kind of talk you through that. So here's the idea. We're looking for low-hanging fruit. And I recognize that it's easy, but I do that so that you will pay attention to the process because you ought to be able to do this on your own. Lots of people want to be led one-on-one before they do that on their own. But I have every confidence that this is something you can lead yourself in. So here are the two questions. Question one, is there something you want, but every time you reach for it, there's the same barrier or obstacle? Or question two, something from the past, it happened, you've dealt with it mentally, spiritually, emotionally, but somehow the theme keeps recurring in your life. If something different pops up for both, pick the biggest one. And we're going to call that the situation. As you think about the situation, where in your body does your awareness go? Does it go between your shoulder blades? Does it go to your calf? Where's your awareness? And as you think about where your awareness goes in your body, what is the body sensation? It could be a temperature or a pressure. Did I lose you, Thomas? Okay. You want me to back up for you or? Yeah. So question one, is there something you want, but every time you reach for it, there's the same barrier or obstacle? Or question two, something from the past, it happened, you've dealt with it mentally, spiritually, emotionally, but somehow the theme recurs. So as you pick a topic to pay attention to, a situation, where does your awareness go in your body as you think about that? Does your awareness go to your ear? Does it go to your wrist? As you pay attention to wherever your awareness went, what is the body sensation like? It could be a temperature or a pressure. We're just doing that to notice it, because now I'm asking you to decouple, to separate the body sensation from the situation. We're going to take that situation and set it aside. We'll come back to it at the very end. Just pay attention to that body sensation and imagine a box in front of you. It can be any kind of box. It's really helpful if it's see-through. And the reason for that is you're not locking anything away or banishing it. We're just giving you a container so you can observe it like a scientist and allow the representation of that body sensation to be in the box. If it could be visual, it'll show you what it wants to look like. Having seen what's in the box, the question is, if the energy could change to be more supportive, are you okay with that? And we only move forward if you say yes. I will snap my fingers and what's in the box may or may not change. 3, 2, 1. What's in the box? As you consider what's in the box, what is your reaction? Through this conversation, I want to ask you to try not to make interpretations. Sometimes when we make interpretations through this, we create accidental attachments. So I want you to have an open mind as you go through this conversation. I'm going to snap my fingers 5 more times. Knowing that your energy is smart and loves you and knows the best direction for you. I will snap my fingers in 3, 2, 1. What's in the box? What is your reaction to what you're observing? Now ready for what your energy is willing to show you next. I snap my fingers in 3, 2. What's in the box? And what is your reaction? Both are important, because if you do not allow yourself to react, your energy is not fooled, and it'll keep showing you a variation of the same thing. Knowing your reaction 3 more times. 3, 2. What's in the box? And what is your reaction? Being grateful that our energy loves us and is smart. 3, 2. What's in the box? And what is your reaction? Trusting the part of us that absorbs 11 million bits of information per second. That smart part of you loves you. How good can it be? 3, 2. What is in the box? And what is your reaction? We plan to stop here. If it's in a state that you're not comfortable opening the box yet, don't open the box. But for those of you who are ready, you were never separated from the energy in the box, and we're just closing the visual. That box opens and the energy returns to you. At the beginning, your awareness went to a particular place in your body. What do you sense there now? Is the body sensation changed since the beginning? And now thinking about the situation that we set aside, that you don't have to talk about with anyone. As you think about that situation, Does it somehow seem changed to you? Facts of the past don't change, but the ideas that come to mind might have changed. Roles might change, or just different thoughts might come to mind altogether. And that's the end. We're done. Anybody want to comment? Or did anyone not open their box? Actually, just want to give some care to that. This is free talk time.
I'll comment. I'll comment. I feel like it takes us out of victim.
Mm.
And it shows a different way, and it shows more possibilities.
Mm.
At least for the last one, and even the first one that I did. The last just me not learning to play violin at a young age. I feel like I'm a victim in that.
Mm.
It went to, okay, I actually have a band. I could play anytime I wanted to if I want to play. I just need to practice. So
That's so beautiful. Well, I'll let you know though, you can do this process with something that is seemingly victim. You can also do this process on something that you just love and take the thing you enjoy to another level. So it's great.
that's cool.
Anyone? Any more thoughts on that?
Well, violin was what I love. And that's why I was just thinking, I wish I started at an early age because I could be so much better. That's what I was thinking. And so
I
it
love
did
it.
kind of open it for me, like, of course, you can do anything you want.
Yeah, you can. Anyone else? Free talk.
I'll
Go for
share.
it.
So I kind of did it with Leanne the first time, and I mean, it was actually kind of nice because she's like, "Oh, I don't really feel a change." I'm like, "Oh, me neither." Okay, good. But the second time I did it with something that I didn't realize was so heavy, and
Mm.
when I opened the box, my heart actually started hurting,
Mm.
and it goes back to that duality, like it hurts a lot, but being able to kind of separate that, like, okay, like, I don't know, it went from something pretty rough to being able to go to something that, like, it's changing, there's flow,
Mm.
and that was good because the last thing I opened before the box was the ocean, and I let it flow back into me, and I was like, okay, so it's flowing. But then that broken heart and that hurt heart came back too, and it's like, okay, but it doesn't feel so heavy anymore. It just hurts. And one of the biggest things of BU was I numbed myself for years through alcohol in high school and through workaholic is, through my 20s. And so going through BU is like learning how to feel. So I was actually quite surprised at how much feeling I had in that process of like, whew, I feel relieved, but I also feel the hurt, and it hurts bad, but that's okay because I'm feeling, and it's no longer numb.
Mm.
So I thought that was crazy and kind of interesting.
Feeling feelings has been a really interesting part of BU for me because I didn't know I was numbing. Yeah.
I'll say something.
Anyone else? Go for it.
So at the beginning, I pictured myself at the top of a tube slide, but it's the black one where you go in and it's pitch black. And I went with one, I went with my kids to the new pool, and they have the one where it's open, you can see all and then they have the black one that does all the twists, but you can't see anything. And Ron and I are you guys know Ron lost his job back in December, and so we are dealing very heavily with debt and making money. And a hard thing that we are dealing with is just trying to overcome until we get some stability. And every time the box showed up, I thought of something in the last 6 months where money has shown up unexpectedly. And the box just kept getting better and better, which is weird. I don't know if that's what's supposed to happen, but at the end, and I'll just share this morning, just this morning, we got some funds that we weren't even expecting. And I got a notification on my phone, and I just thought, holy crap. You know, we're learning in BU that we have to practice our gratitudes, and we have to be generous, and we have to recognize the opportunities that are coming our way. And the black tube at the top, that's where I was sitting at before the box came. And I didn't want to get into the tube because I don't want to get stuck in one of those turns. Because that's happened before, where I'll go on the slide and I get stuck on the turn. And so I every turn was a box for me. And coming out at the end and reaching the light and getting into the water, and just like things are happening in all of our lives. And I feel a lot of it has to do with what we're learning from BU and with our mindset and with our leadership skills now getting into play. I think all of our boxes are just going to be so full if we keep the eye on our visual. Keep the visual open and keep looking at the box. I love this, Kiralei. Such a good exercise. I'm seeing my box overflowing with some cash and some money and some really positive things coming. So yeah. That's my 2 cents.
I don't know. Can you see this? I don't.
Yeah.
Is that okay? So this is basically what you've experienced. You identified something, we decoupled it, and then you addressed it. And you addressed it by observing, you snap. So it's kind of like you let go of control. And then with what you see, you have a reaction. And then are we done, or are we going to keep going? And it's a very simple process, but then at the end you review. No single person is the same. The way that people visualize seems to be very specific to them. And it's almost like your energy knows exactly what to show you for you to have the reaction you needed to have. It's almost like it's you know those kids games where they have to put the block in the right shape hole for it to go through. It's almost like you have to have that reaction to continue on the path that it's saying, go through these series and then you'll get there. So sometimes it's what you expect, and sometimes it's not. But blah. This is it's my pleasure to share this with you because it helped me so much when I just needed to help myself. And I do, yeah, I look forward to sharing this with more people. You've by showing up and experiencing this with me, you remind me that I'm not the screw up I tell myself that I am. So but, I got 10 minutes and then I gotta dash to the next thing. Any more comments, questions?
I'll just say thank you because it's another tool. It's another great tool
Yeah.
to just help our brains shift. And I think I feel like I'm on a quest to try to figure out all the ways that we can just have
Yeah.
those neural pathways shift, and so that we can have more peace and find more joy. So thank you.
Yeah, and I will say this, I haven't said this yet on this call. I would be surprised if it ever goes back to the way it was before.
Hmm.
I can't say it's permanent because I've only been doing this since 2022, but I would be surprised.
Okay.
Can I just
That's a
say too
challenge,
that
Kiralei.
it is a challenge. I just have to say thank you too, because it's just a connection more to your energies and trusting your energies, and just, it goes back to trusting ourselves, and that's the biggest thing we all have is trusting ourselves, and that's why we had labels in the first place, because we didn't trust who we were. And so as we trust our energies with these situations, I feel like as we get another reaction and we're like, okay, hold on, disconnect, trust yourself to what the reality is, and then it helps disconnect with that. So thank you.
Just to check in with people, Mahana, Ben, Lindsay, Thomas, even just a thumbs up. I just want to know you're good. Are you guys good?
I'm great, thank you.
Okay. Cool.
I'm good. Thank you, Kiralei.
Okay. Good. I get concerned. Nobody left behind. If any of you really feel like maybe you want to, hey Ron, did you go through it too? No? Okay, then hey Ron.
No, he was getting McDonald's for the kids.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
I'll make him watch the replay.
Ron, okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, that's perfect. This was recorded. We're only going to share it with BU folks because yeah, you know, you know, you know. But what I was going to say is if any of you want to lead other people through this, like I desperately need someone to lead me through it. Like I really, okay, Nicole. Oh, hey, are you good? Great. That was cool. She's actually over there. I would love to teach people to lead others through a process like this or many others, because alone is no good, and I need that to be done in my life. I need to stop bopping out of hanging around people. So wide open. Love you guys. It's quiet, so I'll say goodbye. Goodbye, everybody.
Okay, see